Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought it would be fun to do a first impression and one look on each eye with the Unearthly 1964 palette. I did purchase this on the day that they launched, and it was technically my second order because I placed an order for the first two, for two of the palettes, the Weirdos and the Warms My Blood. But then I got this one. I went back and got this one because I felt like I would regret it. And I'm glad I did. This came to me first. And I feel like people didn't like this color story as much, which makes me sad because I love the Munsters. I love Lily. Like, I love Herman. I love the whole show. I think it's one of the most... It's just a fun show to watch. Like, I really enjoy it. So I do just want to do that today. I'm just going to throw on just a dab of concealer, and I'll throw on an eye primer in just a sec and probably brows, just so that you can see kind of what a completed eye look will look like. I'm just using the LYS today. Haven't used this in a while, need to get back into it. I have filmed so many videos in the past month and then I've just scrapped them all. So this one I am keeping short and sweet so that I don't scrap it. And I hope it'll be helpful to some of you guys if you did order the palettes. I feel like 1964 was the last one to sell out, which made me really sad. But I obviously know people have purchased it, so if this can help, that'll be great for, like, I just want to help. And I know a lot of people, especially in PR, either got Weirdos or Warms My Blood. So I feel like there's going to be a tiny hole in the market regarding 1964. So I'm going to fill it. Except for the people that, of course, bought all of them. But I just wanted to make a digestible video. I am going to set my under eyes with the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. I purchased this because of Julia Adams. It's $3. Can't beat that. I'm just gonna, just so it looks somewhat cohesive, I do think, let's look at the color story again. I think I'm going to go in with a white eye base because of the shades being on the brighter side. So let's look for, I think I have the ABH one somewhere, but I also have a Gerard Cosmetics, but I haven't used, oh no, Juvia's, is this white? Let's use the Juvia's one. I have not used it in a while, and I think it's just about a whitish shade. Yeah, I haven't used it in a while, so it's gone a little, not gone bad, but I should have definitely shaken it first, because I think it said that on the box, actually. Let's grab a little brush. So let's prime and go from there. Yeah, this is, it's basically white. If this is not white, then I couldn't tell you. And I'm pretty sure I liked this primer. It's one of the few drugstore options I have for eye bases that I like, because a lot of them you can only purchase online. Like the Icy, or the Glam Light, the P. Louise, the, what's the other one? The Gerard Cosmetics. Oh, what happened here? Oh, that's my eyebrow, isn't it? Okay, we're just gonna... Again, don't love this Tarte brow stuff. You saw what that did. That was really rude. I'm also filming quite late in the day, so the lighting will be different, but it shouldn't affect too much. Like, it'll be fine. That was really weird that my eyebrow did that. And I really want to, like, brush my eyebrow out. I don't enjoy what's happening over there. The brow gel's kind of fussy. That's neither here nor there. I'm sure y'all lived it the way I just did, so. All right. So how many of you guys purchased one of these palettes? I know things got a little crazy. Unearthly has had a little bit of trouble regarding promised ship time, etc., etc. For me, don't say you're gonna ship something on a certain date if you're not going to. I think she's changed her ship time a couple times now. I think it's suspended currently. So if you do purchase from them, just know it's gonna take a while, and just like go into the purchase knowing that. All right, let's go in again with the 1964 palette. So I'm thinking about doing, I want to do a more neutral, lighter look, maybe with these shades here, this little quad. And then I think I'm going to go into something more vibrantly colored, just so you guys can kind of see what the two halves of the palette can do. So let's start with the lighter side first, and I think I'm gonna go in with 1313, which is a lavender. And I don't set my eye base, but I love a lavender shadow. Holy smokes, okay. Whew, well, I can't complain. I can't complain. Oh, there's a mirror in here, cool. Sometimes I just need something closer for when I'm filming. The only thing this palette doesn't have is a shimmery inner corner shade, but they do have some mattes that I think can play that role just fine. That's beautiful. Okay. I really do like Unearthly mattes. I would say this palette is going to be one where we're going to take Werewolf. It's got more of the unique shimmer formula. Because their son is a werewolf, right? Eddie. Such a good show. And I do believe the characters were actually wearing pastel tones when because the show was filmed on black and white film, and pastels translate better in black and white, so really their house was just full of pastel colors, which I think is such fun. Should I try to use as many colors as I can? All right, so I think I like where that is. I'm gonna go in with a small brush. Hello? You good? And I'm gonna take Werewolf again, and we're gonna put that under the lower lash line. And I think just to use more shades, I'm gonna take Family Portrait, which is the pink, the coral, and put that on the inner half. Just to use an extra shade. I guess traditional wearable eye is no longer appropriate. It's a fun wearable look because it's lighter, like it's more, you know, for the daytime, and then, you know, then I think the next eye will be significantly darker. So now I'm gonna take another brush, and I'm gonna go into Mockingbird Lane, which is the white, and I'm gonna place that on the inner corner because, again, there is no shimmer highlight shade, but I mean, this works just fine to brighten that up. And I know I'm not doing swatches right now, but I feel like putting them on kind of shows you a little bit more. So I'm gonna go in with Lily, which is the namesake of the palette, and we are going to just use a finger and I'm just going to, oh my god, I'm not even gonna use a glitter glue because it's quite late in the day, so I don't need one. The only reason I use a glitter glue with most of my shadows is because I work really long days, or I'll just have my makeup on for a very long time and I don't want to have to worry about it. Yeah, okay. This is beautiful. I've blown it into the crease a little bit with the shimmer, but I have hooded eyes, so it's gonna end up there anyway. And I'm gonna take the shade Dragula, which is like this dark charcoal. I'm gonna lightly do a little wing. Just for some added definition. Maybe just deepen up the bottom a little bit. Just threw mascara on and the LA Girls pastel purple eyeliner into the inner waterline, and let's redo this crease and let's get to work. So I think we're going to do, I'm thinking going Munsters, Herman into Transylvania, and then we will do the same thing on the eyelid. I might do 1964 on the whole lid because it's a multi-chrome and it'll flash all the colors. So let's go in with somewhat of a, let me use this. Okay, so this is my, it's the Morphe Nyan brush set. I've got like a billion of these. So I'm gonna start with Munsters, which is the lime green. And we are just going to and I want this to be crisp and where you can see it when my eyes are looking straight. So now we're gonna go into Herman, who we love, and I'm gonna just follow this line at the top. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more Herman so that there's enough room for it to blend. For it to blend into Transylvania. Just gonna dust off my brush. We're gonna go into Transylvania, which is the matte blue. And follow this curve down. I'm letting the shape of the brush help me because this is kind of hard. And then I'm gonna just start on the outer part of the eyelid because I know it has to connect there. And I'm going to just smooth this out. something like that. And then I'm actually going to go back into Herman and just, I need to bring this line up in the middle, just like a pinch. All right, the blue stained the brush a little more than I wanted it to. Okay. It'll do what needs to be done. I'm gonna go back in with Herman and just stamp it instead of dragging. And then back in with Monsters, just to really, I'm sorry, I know you can't see, it's just that I should have done this on this eye since it's the harder eye. And I'm right-handed. So I'm just cleaning up this outer, because it's like a little semicircle. But I'm also okay with the very outer edge being kind of softer blended. But also, I don't care in the best way because this is coming off anyway. I'm just gonna stamp the mattes lower onto like where my eyelid is hooded, so the entire bear with me, so the entire upper flap has color. I mean, these mattes blend really well together. And then into Transylvania, just filling in this hole right there, so when my eye is resting, it looks full. So you see what I'm saying? Like this entire whole hood has color on it so that you can see the mattes when my eye is opened. That's kind of fun. Okay. And because there's a white in the palette, I can always go in after and like clean everything up, which I think I'm gonna do to the outer portion. Because why not? Okay. All right, lower lash line, I would like to do the same thing. So I'm gonna take Transylvania and connect it under. And then into Herman. And into Monsters. All right, going back into the brush with the white on it, I'm going to lightly set the outer portion. And then follow across that mid. And it's not too, you know, doesn't need to be too perfect. I'm just really just messing around. Okay, I know you can't see much. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna go into 1964. I think I'm gonna start it on my outer corner, and I am gonna use a brush with this only because it seems like it's going to be messy, but I think I'm gonna use like a tiny brush so I can be more precise with it. And the brush, of course, is gonna have some glitter already in there. This is a Morphe Jacqueline like detail. And again, we're going in with 1964, which, oh my God. All right. hope you can see some of the flipped because I have the light to my left. I'm just going kind of to the crease. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pull it up yet. We'll figure that out when we get there. And I do feel like I would get more of a like thick opaque coat if I used my finger, but I really don't feel like using my finger at this time. I am gonna go into Vampire and put that on the inner part so that it's like a transition from the blue, green, purple thing. And you guys can hear my dog squeaking one of her toys. She just likes to have fun. All right. Okay, and we're gonna go back into 1964, and I'm going to, because I want 1964 to be on 2/3 of my eyelid, just not the inner corner or the inner third. So I'm just like painting over it to make sure it's more seamless. And I'm gonna let the sparkles lightly trickle up because they're gonna do it either way since I have hooded eyes. Okay, and then why not? Maybe I'll use Marilyn, like a really petite amount on my inner corner, and then we will have used every shade in the palette, I think. Go me. No, I don't want that brush. I want this brush. I'm just dusting my brushes off on like reusable cotton rounds. So Marilyn is that like pink with a bit of a gold flip. It's a little bit flaky, but let's, oh, yep, that's a flake in my eye. All right, so this shade probably needs a finger. Okay, well, I regret doing that, but it's too late now. I think I'm just gonna run it a little underneath my lash line so it looks like it's supposed to be there. I should not have done that. Well, too late now. All right, so that is the final look all put together. I did throw on some blush and a lipstick. This is actually from the Smashbox Horror collection, and this is in the shade The Bride of Frankenstein. I don't think it's technically a black. I think it's a really dark brown, but it's quite sheer. But pretty nonetheless. I don't think it would wear very long, so keep that in mind. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the palette. I did not really doubt its quality based on how much I have enjoyed using the mattes from Unearthly Cosmetics recently. And yeah, I feel like this palette was done well. You can create a little like romantic eye and then more of an alien slut eye, as Teresa would say. Just for shits and gigs, I am gonna just swatch the shimmers for you guys. I'll put Vampire on the smallest finger because I feel like it's the, I don't want to say least important, but I'm gonna, okay, so this one's kind of chunky, this Marilyn shade. Okay, because I don't want to get too much. So let me leave this. So it's Marilyn, Lily, 1964, and Vampire. Hopefully this does something for you, and then I'm going to well, that makes sense as to why Marilyn didn't work on the inner corner. Honestly, this is one of the nicer dark multi-chromes I've experienced. Because some of the darker base multi-chromes will have like a gray shift or like a gray to black base, and that's not always the vibe. So here are the shimmers swatched. We're not going to swatch the mattes. We don't have time for that. I've repanned over 100 matte shadows recently, and I could not be bothered to touch another matte eyeshadow with my hands. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys picked up any of these palettes, and if you want me to do another video like this using the Weirdos or using Warms My Blood, because those are the other two that I purchased. And I hope that this was helpful, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and go follow me on Instagram. Hopefully, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.